Hi and good morning. It is May the 5th, 2017. And so here we are, flying through the year 2017. There is just a lot of stuff going on here in Marion County. I want to just give a little update to what I did yesterday. I shared the video from the county commission meeting, which was on Tuesday, with some of the residents over in the area where they're having the problem with the flooding, and also having a problem with the situation with the dirt roads over there as to ownership of those roads. And as I brought up in the county commission meeting, if those are private roads, what are street signs? What are county street signs doing on private roads? What are county employees doing on private roads? Even the sheriff has no authority to be on private property without probable cause or a warrant. Okay? So if these are truly private roads, I'm going to help these people to mark them as such. And hold on, excuse me. And try to get this situated for them. But the fact of the matter is they're not private; they're county roads. The county used them for probably 40 or 50 years. I don't know how long, but to service that school over there. And so if that's the case, then for all those years they were trespassing on private property, and they owe those landowners just a ton of money for land use fees. By the way, the cost of land use fee is $5,000 per day per person that violates private property. And that's something else that we're going to eventually go through here, is some of the differences between real property, business property, private property. I've been doing some research into that as well, and just trying to figure out where the wheels of the train kind of came off here. But for today, my goodness, I am so far behind on trying to get some videos done. I had a person to ask me to do a video on ex post facto. And actually this is in our Constitution, Article 1, Section 9. Clause 3 says no bill of attainder or ex post facto law shall be passed. Now again, the Constitution is supposed to be our ruling document. It is the supreme law of the land. Excuse me, guys. And that's what judges, that is what judges are supposed to operate from. Article 6 of the Constitution, again known as the Supremacy Clause, says this Constitution and the laws of the United States shall be made, which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made or which shall be made under the authority of the United States shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby. Anything in the Constitution or the laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding. And then that's Article 6, Clause 2. Clause 3 puts the senators and representatives and the state representatives and all executive and judicial officers under this same document. And they are bound by oath to protect and defend this. Why? Because this is supposed to This does not grant us rights. It is supposed to protect our rights. Okay? And all of our rights are not even listed in here. Article 9 says that the enumerated rights in this document aren't even all of the rights that we have as human beings. Article 1, Section 9, Clause 3, no bill of attainder or ex post facto law shall be passed. Ex post facto. It is Latin for after the fact. Okay? Now, I know there's some real intelligent people out there who are logical, systematic thinkers. And what we have to do is we have to determine what real law is. Real law is God's law. It's the law of nature. We go back to, if you have harmed no one, if you have damaged no one, you have not broken any law. Now, I want you to think about this. Even the apostles knew that it was right to obey God rather than man. And throughout the history we see this. Moses and the judges judged according to God's law. Not man's law, God's law. Those 612 laws that God gave Moses and Moses taught the people were the laws that were supposed to be used to judge by. And there was no interpretation there. There was no room for interpretation. God would never leave room for man to interpret what God meant. What God said is what He meant, and what He meant is what He said. So I want you to logically, systematically consider everything that is quote unquote against the law today. Wouldn't that mean that somewhere along the way it was lawful? So if it was lawful at one point and now it's unlawful, that is the epitome of an ex post facto law. And that means that the people who were doing it prior to it becoming unlawful are now criminals because they were... Listen, it doesn't matter, oh, well, you could do it before, but you can't do it now. Well, wait a minute. How do you justify that? And there is no way of logically, reasonably, systematically justifying that. Ladies and gentlemen, there just isn't. It used to be that it was lawful for us to keep all of our money. And now they're saying, no, it's against the law for you to keep all of your money. Seriously? It used to be that you could own property. You can't own property anymore. Well, yeah, I can. No, you can't. Not unless you want to fight for it. Because if you don't pay your extortion fee every year, the county will come and steal your property. So it's not your property, it belongs to the county, because if it was yours, you wouldn't have to pay for it. So somewhere along the way they passed a law saying, well, you know what, you used to be able to own property, but you can't own it anymore because now we're going to make it against the law to own property, and we're going to prove that by forcing you to pay to keep it, and if you don't pay to keep it, then we just can't come and take it from you. And if you try to defend yourself, they will just send an army of people to come and kill you and take it, and then you'll look stupid in front of some people, not me. Any man who has the balls to stand up and protect his family and his property is a man. Unfortunately, today we don't have men, we have pussies. And I don't care whether you like what I say or not. Doesn't matter to me. If you don't like what I say, turn off the video. Go put your head in a safe space somewhere. Because I'm telling you the truth. Guys, the only way to fix our nation is to fix our county in your own backyard. You have to muster together, and you guys and everyone has to stop doing what they're forcing us to do against our will. They cannot confiscate every piece of property. They don't have the manpower. They don't have the manpower. And here's the thing. If that's the case, what about, who are they going to send to confiscate it eventually? Okay? Because, these cops, they're going to have to defend their own property. So who the hell are they going to send? Foreign troops is the only people that I can think of. Of course, the UN's been here for a long time. We've had Russian troops on our soil, Chinese troops on our soil. I don't know the disposition of that today. Whether they still are or not wouldn't surprise me. But at the end of the day, I want you guys to think about this whole idea of ex post facto. Those things used to be lawful, and now because a group of thugs have gotten together and hired a group of thugs with guns, they now force you to do what you don't want to do, which is coercion and extortion and just all kinds of stuff. Guys, when are we going to stand up and stop this? When is enough going to be enough? We pay 60 cents on the dollar in taxes if you add up every single time you get taxed on something. You add up every single tax. Gas and just every time you go buy something, and just every time you turn around, you're being taxed. I don't know, guys, but let me just say this real quick about Miss Gavin's place. I showed the video. They were very, very upset, and we are working on petitions, and also we are working on getting a crowd to attend the county commission meetings instead of just me. And our goal is to flood these county commission meetings with people on behalf of the residents in that little area there in Weirsdale, and we need to protect those people over there. And I told Miss Gavins yesterday, I said, let me tell you what I'm not doing in this. I'm not making it about race. I'm not making it about your age. I'm not making it about your financial disposition. What I'm making this about is the fact that you are a human being. You are damaged by the county, and now the county owes you a new home. Guys, we have to get away from all this other bullshit. And when we see a human being being mistreated, we treat it just that way. That a human being is being mistreated. With that, I'm going to post this, and you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.